Now, ladies and gentlemen, we say, or we always say that politics is a very dirty game. And again, politics is a very, very funny game. Why am I saying this? Because we have always only two constants in politics. The first constant is interest, whereby each and every politician can work with one another, and they can be great enemies tomorrow or in a blink of an eye. They can be uh, enemies. The second constant is betrayal. When their interests or when the politicians' interests are not converging, one of them will betray another. Those are the only two constants in politics. Now, yesterday, President uh, William Ruto visited former President Uhuru Kenyatta in his Ichaweri home in Gatundu South, Kiambu County. Now, these guys were not seeing each other eye to eye sometimes back because of politics. But now, Ruto himself went to look for Uhuru Kenyatta. And this is why we want to dive in and try to figure out the reasons as to why Ruto went to look for Uhuru Kenyatta. And before that, please like this video. You remember, during the Gen Z protests, William Ruto looked for Raila Odinga, and the chaos or the skirmishes or the maandamanos went silent because Ruto worked with or embraced Raila Odinga. Now, after some few days after the Gen Z thing was done and dusted, Raila Odinga came to media and said that it's Uhuru Kenyatta who sent him to look for Ruto and calm down the chaos that were being witnessed in the country by which were caused by the Gen Zs. Now, we are coming to understand that it was true that Uhuru Kenyatta sent Raila Odinga, or Uhuru Kenyatta is the connector, is the one who connected William Ruto and Raila Odinga to work together so that the country remains peaceful.
William ni mtu yangu, si tulikuwa na wao. Mudavadi alikuwa hapa, Ruto alikuwa hapa, Uhuru alikuwa hapa. Uhuru na Mudavadi walikuwa naibu wangu kama waziri mkuu. Unajua mna hiyo? Alafu William makawa pale, mimi nikaweka yeye waziri wa kilimo. Sivyo? Sasa ile nchi inachomeka, Uhuru ndiye alinipiga mimi simu. Uhuru akaniambia mimi, tafuta bwana Ruto, ongea na yeye. Kenya ikichomeka hatakuwa na nchi nyingine. Mpaka hii tuzime hii moto, watu waketi chini waendelee waliwane. William ndiye akanitafuta. Na mimi nikaongea na yeye wazi kabisa. Mimi unajua mambo yangu, mimi sificheki mambo. Nasema direct. Magazeti hawa wanaandika sijui nini Raila na Ruto handshake, hakuna handshake. Hakuna handshake. Kile tulisema, mimi niliongea na Ruto nikamwambia shida iko hapa.
Remember, the bottom line is all of them are politicians and all of them have political interests. Now, number one, according to me, maybe there is the Kenyatta factor in 2032 presidential elections. The Kenyatta family still have an eye for the presidency of this nation. This is why you can see Uhuru is still relevant. And as we speak now, even Gachagua himself told us that Uhuru Kenyatta is the sole kingpin in the mountain. even though recently we saw him trying to take over as the kingpin. So, according to me, I see Uhuru Kenyatta maybe is trying to align himself with William Ruto so that come 2032, maybe they can pick Uhuru Kenyatta. As you can remember, sometimes back, Uhuru Kenyatta came from nowhere. Moi picked him from nowhere in 2002, but Kenyans didn't want to see Uhuru Kenyatta. They voted for Mwai Kibaki instead of Uhuru Kenyatta. But this was preparation for him. He was prepared. Come 2012, 2013, he came and he won. Moi took him from nowhere. He brought him from nowhere into politics. First, he made him a KANU chairman. Was it KANU chairman? I think so. KANU chairman. Then a minister somewhere. Then, after the skirmishes in 2007 post-election violence, he was made deputy prime minister. He deputized Raila Odinga. And come 2013, he won the presidential election. Now I can see the connections here. Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, there is something that they discussed about 2032. And that is maybe Uhuru Kenyatta or somebody else from the Kenyatta family. That's according to me. Number two, maybe it's because of the mountain politics. Because the mountain is becoming so hard for the president to climb. Ruto, it's becoming hard for him to climb the mountain again as he used to. Now maybe he went to Uhuru Kenyatta so that Uhuru Kenyatta can calm things down, so that even his supporters, Ruto's allies, can go to the ground on the mountain and talk to the people. Because as we talk, the mountain is so hostile for Ruto's people. They cannot go there. They cannot speak. Even in churches, they are not allowed almost everywhere. So maybe it's one of the reasons why these guys met, so that they can calm down and they can calm down the mountain, or the mountain can be neutralized, so that Ruto's allies can move freely in the mountain. Number three, maybe Ruto wants to tame Rigathi Gachagua. As you've seen in the recent past, Rigathi Gachagua's popularity has grown. His graph for popularity has gone up, and Ruto is not happy with that, because he is seeing clearly that he is losing the mountain to Rigathi Gachagua, and he cannot just watch him continue with what he's doing. That's why maybe they went to meet and discuss with Uhuru Kenyatta and see how they can tame this guy. His growing popularity, how they can tame it so that he remains silent. And mark you, remember that also Uhuru Kenyatta is a politician, and he is not happy the way Gachagua his popularity is going up, because as we know, he's still the kingpin, and he don't want to lose his kingpinship. He cannot just lose it hands down. So maybe he's trying to clip the wings of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, so that he remains the kingpin. Then number four, according to me, I see Ruto has seen that almost everything is going haywire for him. He'll not be re-elected in 2027, and he's a worried man. He don't want to be a one-term president, and that's why he's reaching to Uhuru Kenyatta, so that at least he can rescue some votes from the mountain. Because as you can see currently, he is leaning on ODM, and if ODM leaves him, he will have nowhere to lean on, because now he's depending on ODM strongholds, which are the coast, Nyanza, Western. And as you can see, the Western part is not with him totally, and I can see from where I sit, he's not even interested with the Western part, because it's an uphill task for him to convince them so that they'll vote him as a bloc. So that's also another reason as to why these guys met. And maybe the last one, because of the rebellion on the mountain, be it on the east side or on the western side, rebellion has grown up, and it's continuing to grow. So he's trying to tame it. What's your say on this? Bye bye.